Oh, we're live. That's it. It's happening right now. It is kind of poopy that me as the co-host, I cannot see who joins, who watches. I can only see when people chime in and comment. I was trying to blend the two right there. Oh man, episode 13. I didn't even promote this to tell people that we were doing this. This is horrible. I'm a horrible host. Ugh. So, yeah, this was kind of impromptu. Whoever's going to be watching this. There's really no topic for this evening. I mean, actually, there is a topic. We're both going to rant about some nonsense over the past week and enjoy some cigars and some beverages. Yes, beverages. Pinky's out. Hey. My two favorite people in the world, and dog.
Oh, fuck.
One dog and his lovely wife. And we went at a Texas Roadhouse. And I was a little sad that Swayze and Sam Elliott were not. Bit bummed. But it was delicious.
I want my money back.
I had rattlesnake bites for the first time. I was a little disappointed they weren't maybe real rattlesnake, but they were scrumptious. So that made up for it.
I see. That's a unique word.
Yes, there it is. So what are we smoking tonight? I was indecisive and just went with a bullshit intemperance from the big box that I still have to smoke.
Herrera Esteli Brazilian.
Brazilian. That's the teal one is not the Miami, right?
Which one?
That Tiffany blue color is the AJ Fernandez, not the Miami though.
It's the Herrera Esteli. It's just the Maduro. So you have the Herrera Esteli, which is like the regular one, which is kind of looks like it would be a light cigar, but it's really not.
Yeah, that's the red wrapper.
Yeah, red and gold.
Red and gold. Okay, and that's
and you have the Maduro, and then you have Norteño, which is the green.
Green, right? Okay, that's the one I like.
These are really good to Toro. As a Corona, they're horrible.
Really?
Yeah, I was really excited because I was like, "Oh, sweet, a Corona!" Like I love Corona-sized cigars. Like that's one of my favorite Vitolas. Tried it, god awful.
Really? I've only had the Toro. That's a lie. I had the Toro and I had the little baby ones in the tin.
No, I haven't had that.
Little baby ones in the tin were just literally micro Toros.
Just for me, that this blend does better in a bigger ring gauge, with when it's all working together, not wrapper heavy, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Shit, man, I think I might actually have one of those sitting in there. I should probably go grab and smoke it, but I don't feel like it because I'm already sitting down. So, and what are you drinking this evening?
I'm red, white, and you, boy.
Nice.
Bang, Star Blast.
Star Blast.
Tastes like freedom.
Frank Fighters. I'm drinking Hendrix and raspberry lemonade. I'm exotic.
Not the word I would have used, but all right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Is that what we're calling it now? Exotic?
I don't know. I'm definitely anything but exotic.
Cox, once you get past like that 60 ring gauge, I think you're losing like magic. I don't know. I'll probably sleep like crap, but I'm off tomorrow. So, speaking of which, guess what I get to do tomorrow?
What do you get to do tomorrow?
We have our first crisis of home ownership.
What happened?
Our septic tank is backed up, and I have to get it pumped. So I have to call someone tomorrow and hope that they can come out because we have to like really limit our water usage right now because I'm afraid it's all going to come crashing down.
What gave you the inclination that it was topped off?
All the symptoms, according to Google, like happened today.
Okay.
Like toilets flush really slowly. Like our bedroom flooded, kind of, sorta.
What do you mean? Like the bowl overflowed with clean water?
No, like water. I mean, honestly, we're not entirely sure where it came from, but magically, all this water just showed up on our floor, leaving from the bathroom into our room, and it. The only place it could come from, because we looked was from like the very bottom where like the toilet and the ground are, but there's no give on that thing. Like I tried in case maybe it was loose or something.
Right.
Not the case. So.
Interesting. That's scary.
Well, we were running the washer, and the washer, I think, when it was draining, it got backed up, and the only place it could go was either from where it came out of, or I guess, I don't know. Either way, I'm calling a septic company tomorrow to see if they can come drain it.
All right, good. Yeah, just don't have a meet the parents moment,
Right.
Yeah. But you own your home.
I do. And Katie's mom was like, this is why I don't get houses with septic. And I'm like, okay, our water bill's like $25 a month. I'm pretty sure the amount we save on that per month pays for the septic pumping that we have to do once every 6 years and then some.
Yep. No, I got you on that. So do you want to I would love to hear about the Drew Estate event yesterday, since this is Snakes and Stogies. I would very much like to hear that.
Skip to the Stogies?
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, we talk more about snakes than we do Stogies.
We do. I'm posting this around real quick, so because I'm never prepared when we start this. It's never like, yo, we're good to go. It's like,
yeah. Well, that's like today. Like you messaged me earlier about doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is great. And then I was like, oh, don't forget, post it on Instagram. We're doing it. And then I just was like, oh no, I was supposed to do that 3 hours ago. Let me do it again. I was like, oh no, daylight savings time. I'm an hour off because fuck that. Yeah. So
they need to just drop daylight savings time, man.
Yeah, I mean, Indiana doesn't do it, right? And I think Arizona doesn't do it. Something like that.
It's just I don't understand the point. I don't really get it. Like it was relevant when farmers needed it 1,000,000 years ago.
Well, from what my mom told me growing up is that the Northeast did it because people were basically bitching and moaning about how dark it got so soon. Because like, New Jersey, New York, parts of PA, and then like all of New England, it gets dark at like 4:30 in the afternoon. And people were like, oh, our lives are tainted and changed. I mean, that's what my mom told me. I mean, she could be full of shit. I don't know. But
she could be lying through her teeth.
Mm-hmm.
The Drew Estate event was awesome. It's always a blowout. We had an oyster roast that my dad did the oysters and stuff. A ton of people. It's what kind of sucks about because so we have 2 locations at work, right? We have one in the downtown area, and then we have one 15 minutes up the road near, like, right outside of Parris Island, which is the Marine recruitment depot for Marines.
Right.
And so we have this other location, and for the last handful of events, we've been using that location for them, just because it actually works out better. Like the ceilings are higher, it could accommodate more people. We don't have a douchebag landlord screaming at us anytime we have like anything going on, because he has an Airbnb above the other shop. So there's like one main building, one end is us, the other end is a bakery that's been there for like 1,000,000 years, and then there's 2 like Verbos in the middle of that. It's a very odd shaped building, but
okay.
Those Verbos are like that guy's baby. Like he doesn't want any negative reviews relating to us for his VRBO. Like,
right.
He's just an absolute freak about it.
Now, you float from store to store, or you're primarily at one store?
I'm typically downtown most of the time, but it's not uncommon for me to start at the Shell Point shop and then switch over in the afternoon, which I hate. But most of the time, yeah, I'm downtown. So.
So you have your Southeast sales rep who comes and he gives away stuff, and you guys Does he do like a rep bag? Is there buy-in to get in?
There was a door charge last night.
Okay.
Which we usually don't do, but because we had oysters and stuff, like, I don't know about down there, but here, you mentioned oysters. You get all these fools that come, they don't want to buy nothing, they just want to go eat oysters for free.
Of course.
You know, they want to just hang out and not spend a dime. So
any food.
Yeah, this time we made it a private event.
And how much was the buy-in? For the door?
Like $10.
Oh, that's nothing, man. Jesus. All right. And then what were they giving away? Was there any like goodie bags or discounts or what?
Yeah, so we did. Well, first of all, you got a raffle ticket when you got through the door. You paid for the door charge, but you got a raffle ticket.
Good.
So that instantly kind of makes up for that, you know?
Yeah.
Then we did. What was it? Buy 4 Drew Estate cigars, get 1 free.
Nice.
Buy 10, get 3. Buy 20, get 6. And then you got like a hat, like a little kit that comes with a cigar stand, like one of these.
Oh, that's awesome.
An ashtray, and then there's like a tin cigar case. It holds like 3. I'm not a big fan of them, but whatever.
Oh, the middle tube, the cigar flask.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
These little things are cool.
That's awesome, man.
That's nifty. I don't really use it all that much because the ashtrays have a nice deep. Like the ashtrays are like the perfect size. I like deep ashtrays. I don't like thin ones.
That's cool. So that was only if you bought a box.
Right. But they had hats and they had these bottle openers that had a cigar cutter on the end. Like Drew Estate always goes out, and then the reps almost always end up giving you free shit anyways.
Yeah.
You know, if you bought Liga stuff, if you bought any handful of Liga, they gave you like free number 9 in the tubes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm a huge Drew Estate fanatic. Liga number 9 is my favorite smoke. I confidently can say that. And there's never events by me with them. And ironically, you just had yours. There's a Drew Estate event next week. Unfortunately, the night that they're having it, I'm having a really, really hoity-toity dinner with some clients that I can't miss. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably
take them to it.
I can't. That's not their vibe. Their vibe would be like to rent out the entire club for just the 4 of us. Like that's their kind of thing. So what I want to do is I'm hoping I can get out of there by like 8 or 9 and then just go straight to the Liga thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm 99% sure it's a $75 buy-in.
Like door charge.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And normally when it's that much money, there's usually a booze person or a booze company tied to that. And usually that'll be like 2 free sticks, a bottle of booze, and some swag, souvenirs, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I got to find out if it is that or if it's just a minimum. That's the thing too, is like there's always food, like always massively catered. So for $75 or $100, you're getting your whole thing. If you're a club member, it's free.
Right.
But club membership, I think, is $5,000 for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I am not a club member. So.
I wonder who the rep is down there.
I'll find it out for you.
I wonder it's. I mean, there's a chance that it's the same rep we have.
Yeah, I mean,
his name's Will. He's awesome. He's like probably one of my favorite rep, easily out of all of them, because he's super mellow, super chill, really nice guy. He's always like, during events, most reps. I mean, not just Will, but most reps are like, you're working, smoke whatever you want. It's on me.
Yeah.
So I'll just like chain smoke all night long.
Really good.
And then usually at the end of the night, they'll give me a handful of, something, some of the freebie sticks they were giving away or whatever. Like Will gave me a hat, but I don't really wear hats, so I gave it to Raj because Raj does wear hats. So I was like, go for it. But Will's really cool. Like we have some reps that they hang out, like they show up and they kick it with us for a little bit. They'll light up, they'll burn one, they'll watch a movie with us, they'll hang out. And those are the ones that are really cool. And then you have some that are like, they come in, they pop in for like 5 minutes and like, okay, see you later. and it's always kind of like, we have Esteban Carrera cigars too, which they're good stuff. And that's probably my other favorite rep is Mark. And like, he'll literally come and sit at the shop all day long. He's like, I got nowhere to be. He's like, I'm just going to hang out. He'll help us sell some stuff. Like he'll go in the humidor if customers go in there and, he'll introduce himself and he'll tell them about Esteban Carrera stuff. And, damn.
But yeah.
Whiskey Rebellions. So there's some reps that definitely, put a little more, like they're friends, more than kind of others. Most of them are pretty cool guys. Like there's never really been a rep where I'm like, that guy's horrible.
Right.
Except for there's one company in particular. It's company's called Sans Paris. The guy his cigars are stupidly overpriced. The guy thinks that he is just the king shit of fuck mountain. Like the guy literally thinks Sans Paris.
Okay.
But it's spelled like it's SANSPARLIEL, I think is how it's spelled.
Okay.
But this guy, dude, he came in. He told us like his tobacco is the 1% of the 1%. Made by
the VVS.
Yeah, made by Hochi, who's like one of the big time blenders and stuff and tobacco growers and
right.
He's like, this is like this is the best cigar you'll ever have in your life. And then he's just douchebag, man. I mean, like you want to talk about a guy that's just in another realm of reality when it comes to his vision of himself and his company.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
He drank his own.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. He drank his own Kool-Aid, and then that's it.
And then he was like, well, where's you guys have a bathroom here? And we were like, yeah, it's upstairs. He's like, oh, it's upstairs? He's like, what a dick move. And we're like, you want us to buy your cigars right now?
Yeah.
And you're literally coming to us and wanting money? And you're going to come up in here acting like an ass? Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Me and Raj still joke about that to this day because that was a couple of years ago. But there's actually some of the IPCPR show stuff. There's some videos of him and I gotta find it. Oh man, it's so good because you could tell he's just. They keep like every time they do the IPCPR show, which is the big like Vegas trade show for cigars every year. They put him in like the very back where no one sees him. It's hilarious because everyone's over him.
That's good. What's up, Copney? I was going to ask. So clearly, the Drew Estate dude's awesome, but from a retail sales perspective and like a business point of view, do most of the tobacco reps, are they just a face or a representative to keep people smiling, or are they actually doing rep work? Like, do they handle your orders, or do you do?
No, they're 100% like legit reps.
Legit reps. Okay, that's cool. That's
like
cool.
you have an issue or a question, you go to them.
Okay. Awesome. Now, how many of them do you work with directly for ordering, or is it through like online portal stuff? And do you use tobacco distributors or no?
No, you usually go through your rep. Sometimes if the companies don't have a rep, they have somebody that just calls us like once a month, and they're like, hey, do you need, like Foundation Cigars called the other day. And they're like, we were just calling to see how you were doing, if you need anything. And we were like, nope.
Yep, it's because we haven't bought your shit in 9 months.
Yeah, I mean, their stuff's good. It's a little expensive. I like it.
Right.
Let me see. I gotta y'all gotta see this dude, man. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but can you hear it?
I can barely hear it. I want to punch this guy in the face. First of all, his collar is way too small for the giganticness of his Windsor.
what he looks like.
And his nut is crooked as fuck. I want to rip it off his clip-on.
You remember the live-action Grinch movie with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
He looks like the baby Grinch.
Oh my God, he does. Look at that little.
This guy came into the shop and he was, dude.
Wait a minute. Now I know why his collar's so small. It's not a suit shirt. It's a goddamn polo.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's wearing a polo with a sport coat and a tie. In Las Vegas at the biggest cigar convention, the biggest tobacco convention of the year. He's an ass clown. There, I said it on YouTube. Hopefully he'll find.
He was the only person that would listen to me. Coachy's the only person who believed me.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone told you to leave their store. I'll just post the other ones, but oh my God, it's hilarious.
Dude, who wears a tie with a polo shirt? Have you ever worn a tie?
A guy who thinks he's the best.
He's the best around. Fucking Mike, they can't convict us all.
This year we are planning on releasing a Lancero box. It is 75 Lancero. We are enjoying long and
he makes these super Lanceros that are literally like freaking 2 feet long. And
yo, man, let me get the biggest cigar you got, bro.
my name's Aaron, and I'm with Some Variety.
Oh, God, I hate his voice.
It's about 60 degrees outside. It's a beautiful time of year to be here, and it's not even close to July. This year we're actually releasing the Instructor Connecticut, which is a USA.
You can stop it now.
Baby Grinch.
Those are seconds of our life we'll never get back. Those are moments of our show that we're live on that we'll never get back.
I don't care.
Oh, Lord.
There was another one where he was like, we're here in the back. It's pretty dead. See you next year.
That's great. That's fantastic.
I wish I could find it.
That's fantastic.
I wonder if they removed it. Oh, it was so funny. Like, at that point, you could tell he was like, everyone thinks I'm an ass, so I'm in the back of the venue. Come find me if you want overpriced garbage. Silly motherfucker.
I don't know what the hell I did to this Roma, but it's burning all kinds of weird. It's starting to like flange out. Like I'm like mushroom head out. Oh, Jesus.
Mushroom head out.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Nice, Cockney.
Excellent. That's a Craigslist score. Uh-oh. Dan and Cox talking about them guns. Talking about them guns.
So I finalized, it was a busy morning, right? I put the heat tape in my AP rack, which we'll circle back to that in a minute.
Okay, I was waiting to segue into that. All right. Did you melt holes for Sean's rack or no?
Huh?
I said, did you drill holes for the tubs that go in Sean's rack yet or no?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. Go on. Sorry.
Got the AP rack finished and done. Got the Bairds, like it's literally a rack top to bottom of Bairds.
Nice.
Got all them set up.
The Legion.
That's right. Then I rearranged the room. Like I had to do a bunch of shifting around to get everything to fit.
Tetris.
Yep. And then I managed to snag, as it turns out, so I have a buddy here locally. He's a big boa guy. I messaged him. So I was like, hey, do you have some mice I can buy off you because I'm really low? And he's like, yeah, man, sure. So I ended up meeting up with him this evening. Turns out he lives literally like 2 minutes from me. He's like right around the corner.
Nice.
So went and got mice from him. Shout out to Will Jordan of Jordan's Boas. Please go give him a follow. He donated some stuff for Carpet Fest, so if that sounds familiar, that's probably where you heard it. Yeah, he's literally right around the corner. So I went and got some mice from him. I came home and fed everybody. The male Cyanea tried repeatedly to assassinate me through the glass, which he could not do.
That'll happen.
I kept hearing thump, 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 thump. I'm like, hey, dumbass, your mice are over there in the thing, spread out. The female, she just grabs them and eats them. The male's like, I got to make sure you're actually what you think, what you're trying to tell me you are.
Right.
And then I'll think about eating, but I still probably won't. Which Nipper, I talked to Nipper about it because the male's finicky. He's like, yeah, sometimes my males go off food for like weeks. Like they'll just, I guess they get so girl crazy that they're, whatever. I ain't eating.
Yeah, he knows she's in there somewhere.
So, got everything fed, but going back to the AP thing.
Yes.
I was so pissed trying to get this damn heat tape in here. I was about to freaking lose it.
Yep.
Katie came in and helped me. I don't have fingernails and stuff. Like I got stubby kielbasa fingers, right? So anything requiring like precision, I don't got it.
Sausage digits.
So the whole, first of all, the instructions were not great. Like they're okay, but the pictures don't really tell you a whole lot. There's this little groove, and while this system is cool, I will give them that. It is nifty. It is neat. It is a nightmare. Like there's a groove in the, because they have it cut out, like where that heat tape sits in, right?
Just like a sea surface, right?
But they take it even a step further, and they have a little groove that you like sort of pinch the flex watt, like bend it a little bit,
and then slide it in the channel,
and then it slides in, so it can't come out.
Good, excellent.
It would be if that gap were just slightly wider, so that it still kept it in there, but you didn't have to like worry about putting a fucking crease in the flex watt just to get it in there, and then.
So it's not slightly, convex. It's like that.
Getting it in there.
Yes,
you have to really
get it in, and then hopefully it did that. But now let me ask you this: once you got it in, was there like a little bubble, like a little pocket?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I understood. Sorry,
not really. So it goes like flat on the back, but then it has a little side to go up. And if you look at the picture makes it look like it's like literally like hugging, like it's part of the rack. It's so tight.
Why wouldn't it be?
But then getting it in those little corner pockets was a nightmare. Because then I'm worried I'm going to bend like the metal strip in the flex watt, which is the most important part. Like that's the part you can't bend. Like the silicone strips or whatever in between, I'm sure those will be okay. But like the actual metal filament that starts, like that carries the currents all the way up, it's just. So I was getting really irritated, and it took me me and Katie, probably 45 minutes just to get this damn tape set in there. And at this point, I'm so over it because, the lead time, getting it, thinking I had some sort of tub alternative I could use, finding out I don't, having to throw $80 at goddamn shoe boxes. Dealing with this flex watt, just the whole thing. I'm so done. I'm never ordering from Animal Plastics again. I don't understand how they're in business. Like, cool, the little flex watt thing is awesome. It could be done better.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
I don't want it to come out, but at the same time, it's like it doesn't have to be set in there for freaking eternity.
Right. Now, let me ask this: does it come up and then go in and it's wired, and then the next shelf comes up and goes in and wired, or does it actually snake its way?
Snakes.
All right. So then you have to do it shelf by shelf before you construct it, right?
No, like you put it all together and then you literally
Fish it through.
Thread it through these holes in the side.
Right. Okay.
But you have to get it all the way to the top, and then you want to start from the top, putting it in the channel. But then you have to make sure you have to put slack in it, like adjust it on one shelf, bring that slack to the next shelf, bring that next slack to the next shelf, bring that snack. It's just, oh my God.
Yeah. That's honestly, man, like that's how my one CB70 is from Sea Serpents. It's basically the exact same thing, but I made sure that I got it assembled. Like I'm a spoiled brat. I bought it assembled because I knew that I was going to fuck that up.
I was originally going to have Jake help me, but Jake was like, hey, Amanda's aunt's in town or something, so I'm not going to be able to come over today. I was like, whatever. No shocker there. So I was like, I could figure it out. I'm a smart guy. I got a big brain,
Right.
Katie heard me like screeching at this thing from the other room and came to help me. And we finally got it. And I was like, I was literally about to go put this thing on the freaking curb and be like, I hope they come and take it away.
Yeah.
Like, curb alert. Anybody wants a brand new AP rack that I just wasted $275 on, whatever, come and get it because I want it gone. Like, literally, I was so angry at this thing. I wanted to scream. I wanted to take a freaking hammer to it and just destroy it.
Hey, man, sometimes a baseball bat's worth it.
I'm never ordering from them again. It's not happening.
It's fine.
I don't care. Like, Carly's talking about how nice they are and stuff. They can be the nicest people in the world.
Don't care.
Fuck them. I'm over it, dude. I'm so done. Sean.
MP Cages and Exotics, the man.
I was talking to Sean about, I was like venting to Sean. So I was like,
Right.
You'll understand. You make these fucking things. He was like, dude, I'm never doing this again. Like, the tubs was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Which, speaking of which, you put the tubs in, and I have to, like, if I have something in my hand, like while I'm doing tubs and stuff, I have to put that down because if I just push it in, it doesn't go all the way in. It hits something and it like stops. Like I think it hits the lip of the back side of that track.
Yep.
And so I have to put whatever I'm putting down, grab it with both hands, lift it up, push it in.
Yep.
And then there's a legit gap between that and the top of the rack. And so I'm like, great, I got rat snakes in. So I had to go and get wedges and put wedges in each one because I was like, they're going to fucking escape. So it just gets better and better.
Yeah, I know exactly that when you slide it in and it goes nice and smooth and you hit that back lip and it just goes stop.
Yep.
The worst. The worst. Yep.
But Sean was like, oh, I was wanting to do that channel thing for the flex watt. And I was like, you can. Like, it is a good idea. But like I said, it doesn't have to be that tight. Like, literally a freaking 16th of an inch, a 32nd of an inch, whatever, like a nanometer. I don't care. Just make it slightly wider so that it still drops in, but you don't have to worry about breaking the flex watt or damaging it to the point to where it doesn't work just to get it in.
Yeah. And then is there a way to figure out why certain racks do the stoppage and other ones don't? Is it?
I think it's.
I mean, like,
it's like
I have racks at Underground that are old. I don't know who made them, and they have basically it's got the flat channel, but the flex watt doesn't slide in. It's just like taped or stapled.
sitting there, right?
Right, and those.
My dad has a few like that.
Right, and those are the ones when you slide it in, it hits the speed bump, and you have to bend it or lift it up if you can, bend it and stuff it in. But all like my Sea Serpent ones have the same thing, but it's just super smooth. I'm wondering, like, what did Chris do different? You know what I mean?
I don't know, but
I don't know. And it's a CB70, so I can't even like look in there to see what's different because I can't physically reach.
right. And this is the economy rack, and I can't really see it either, so I don't.
Ugh. But it's funny. I actually talked to Sean this morning too. We talked about Cambro tubs, and I think I annoyed him. He was about to have breakfast with his munchkin, and I felt bad.
I now have a ton of these hefty racks or hefty tubs here. These 34 quarts, which these hefties me and Jake love because they have nice rounded corners. They're very easy to clean. The latches are nice and tight. There's not a whole lot of play in the lid in the middle sections, especially on like the massive like 110 quarts. There's 4 latches. There's a latch on each side of the lid, so you really don't have to worry about anything coming out. And so I have a whole stack of these. So I told Sean, I was like, if you can make like a 6 to 8 slot rack for these 34 quarts, like you can get these at Lowe's. You can get them at Walmart. I think like they're really easy to find. They're really not expensive either. And they're awesome for colubrids. And so I was like, next rack, I got the tubs already. I don't have to play that stupid game I had to play with the AP rack.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, good, man.
Life will be easy.
Yeah. Side note, so Henry was dabbling with, because like, all right, I have my homemade rack for the baby carpets, and I've got Sterilite 54 quarter, big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got, it's 246, and then I have Zoomed heat mats upside down with the adhesive thing still on it, and I zip tied them to the screen of the shelf. And it's working beautifully. I mean, it looks like a bag of ass, but it works like $1 million. So Henry was dabbling with similar thing, and he had gone with the Reptile Basics, the big block, the big thick one.
The heat panel, was it like the 28 watt?
Right. So, and that was per my recommendation, was to go with Reptile Basics products in general. And he did the same tubs that I have. And he's got no animals in them. He's just setting them up and, testing temperatures and all that jazz and trying to get the humidity right. And he's redoing his room. And he was noticing that when it got really cold outside, the AC in the room would, I don't know if it would kick off or kick on, I can't remember. And he was losing heat because of the space between the panel, because he's doing back heat, the space between the panel and the tub, because the tub isn't perfectly straight, it's at a slight angle, or like, slight angle like that, and the heat would just come up and go away. So the room was 60 and the tub was 60, but it right in front of the panel was 82. So he started tinkering with it, and he figured out that just that room, because of the window and whatever else, it gets colder, yada, yada, yada. He wanted to go with a pad, but he didn't want to. He was hearing good reviews about it's a seed mat. And hopefully Henry's listening right now. Maybe he's not. Hold on, let me get this real quick.
Yeah, I've seen those.
It's for seed germination, propagation, whatever. And I was over there today looking at it, and it looks like a really nicely made Zoomed mat. And he said it was a fraction of the cost of Zoomed.
Yes.
So he recommended.
Why I get those Ultratherm pads from Reptile Basics.
Right.
Those are awesome because I can literally get a 3 or 4 foot one.
Right.
That spans the length of one of those baker's racks that I'm switching away from for the same price as one of those like 8, not even actually. The big like 8x10 Zoom-in mats are more expensive than this 4 foot.
Right, from Reptile Basics.
Yeah, the Reptile Basics ones are awesome. Like they're lower wattage, so you really don't have to worry about them getting to like 120 degrees like the freaking Zoom-Ed ones do.
Right.
And they're cheaper, and I can do more tubs with them per mat.
My torch lighter is, I think, finally dying.
We knew it well.
Oh, sad panda. There it is. Stay there.
Is that what you were talking to me about the other day, though? That same, like you were texting me about it?
Yeah.
And I said, just see what Reptile, see what RBI has to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe it was just a defective, like, just a bad panel. The 1 out of 1,000 that are just no good.
And it wasn't. And that's the thing. It wasn't a bad panel. The panel did everything it was supposed to do. It's just the dynamics of the system were against him. You know, the ambient temperature was too cold. Heat rises.
Right.
And there was just enough space between the tub and the panel to allow that heat to disperse upward.
Right. It was just being trapped.
Right. And the tub was just not getting warm. The tub was just not getting warm. So he now switched to, and he tried, now I'm a jerk because I don't remember. What was that thermostat that we just did a review on in the magazine?
That was the Inkbird C206, which I actually ordered another one of those today.
Excellent. So Henry bought the Inkbird the long one. It's like this big, jet black. He got that, and he says that thing works like $1 million. But he also bought the seed propagation company. They have their own little thermostat to go with their mats, and he says that works better than any of the other thermostats he's tried, and he thinks that has something to do with. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the hard wiring or whatever, but the two of them are in sync. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Inkbird, there you go, Henry. Thank you.
Yeah, Inkbird. Those C206 thermostats, man. Like, I got you can buy. So there's this 206 and there's a 206T. The 206T model is the one where you can set basically a night drop. Like, you tell it what hours, like between this time and this time, you want it to be at this. And so I ordered one of those for the Chondro rack from Sean.
Cool. Yeah, because I was actually thinking about. I was looking at his today. It looks great. I was actually thinking about. I have a Bavarian Electronic 300 model that's on my CB70 rack. So and it has, I think, 2 or 3 ports in the back. So I was debating. I was like, well, do I just leave that one thermostat for that CB70 rack, and then when I get Sean's rack, buy another one? Or do I try the Inkbird and just do the Inkbird for that one? Because the Bavarian Electronics are like my favorite, but they're expensive, you know?
They are. And I have 2 of the Hobby Stats, which is the one with the dial.
Right.
And I've been happy with those. Those seem pretty spot on for the most part. I don't have any issues with those. Their build quality is really good. It's just the Inkbirds, $30. They're really hard. I mean, the only real downside to them is just the fact that they take up so much space in an outlet or a power strip.
Right.
You can have a 6 outlet power strip, but you could probably realistically only put 3 of those Inkbirds on it, the C206s, just because they take up a lot of space.
Yeah. And I was thinking, because I have night drop set on the geckos. It's funny, Kami brings that up. I have night drop set on the geckos, but not on anything else. And I'm probably not going to do it on the rack I get from Sean either. I'm probably just going to let ambient be ambient, and probably keep it a little cooler. You know what I mean? I use Ranco on the back. Oh, okay.
What's Ranco?
They have that's like an independent night module, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Unless, the only way to go around that is to go to Walmart and get one of the huge surge protectors that has like the 1-inch gap in between the two sides. That, you could probably like alternate and get more out of, but.
So.
At what point are you overloading an outlet though with the surge protector and everything?
Right. So I recently purchased 2 of the brand new Zilla power strips.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen them.
I think that's the one you were telling me about, right? The one that you were loving, you really liked.
So here, I just pulled it up on this. Let me see if I can get a big picture going. Share screen. Yeah, I know. Okay. So Sean, Justin, if you can, there you go. So that thing cost me, I think, $50 a piece. And the yellow ones are daytime, the blue ones are nighttime, and the white ones are always on. And it does day of the week, independent night drops, as well as daytime increases for if you want to do it. And then you can actually set cooling for different species. So let's say I have one species on the first plug and I have another species on the two more plugs. I do a species per plug, whatever. I can program what I want when I want. The problem is that I am stupid and I cannot figure out how to get the damn thing to work. So right now I don't have it on a night drop. I don't even have it on a timer. I just have them plugged in because I'm stupid. But the ability that it has for $50, I'm smitten. Absolutely smitten.
I mean, that is impressive. That they can pack all that, that unit.
Yeah. It's a giant ass mosquito. Oh, okay. Very cool. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do the new rack from Sean when I get it. I'm gonna basically play it by ear. I don't even have animals to put in it. I'm like mapping that out. I actually I messaged Pia today because I figured she's more likely to respond than Cody about their Cambros, to see what measurements they have, because I feel like their smaller ones are too small, their bigger ones are too big. And I know the size in between.
There's no real in between yet.
But the problem is that Cambro also does it by inch measurement and gallons. They don't do it by liters. So like all of us that we know 20 quart or 32 quart or whatever, 30 liter, I don't even know that in gallons.
Google.
I know, but that's I'm
Google does all the math for you.
Right? So, and then I actually talked to my friends Matt and Jamie, the ones we met in Daytona.
Yep.
So I don't know if I told you this morning that they were building that big open air enclosure, for lack of a better word. Basically, they slowly got out of reptiles and they're getting into plants. And he has a full garden with fruits and vegetables, crazy stuff from around the world, normal veggies. But then he's also got some crazy carnivorous plants and staghorns. And I told Reed about it. And, I got to patch him up with Reed, and the two of them can, talk plants.
Nerd out over their pitcher plants.
Right. And Matt just texted me. He's like, Phil, what are you doing with vivarium? And like I talked about the mangrove propagules idea that I have. And I was thinking about how many other people either got out of reptiles for plants or dramatically diminished their collection of reptiles for plants, or became plant people because of their reptiles. And I was thinking about it today. I was thinking like, man, almost everyone that I talk to now, like in 2020, who's a herper or an amphibian person, even if they don't have bioactive, they're still into plants. I think I'm the only one that's not like.
I wasn't until I got my guard frogs. I didn't care about plants really. Like I wasn't all that interested in them. God, the legs of this table are always in the way.
You are gigantic.
I
said you are gigantic. Just saying.
Yeah. I didn't really care about plants, but then I got into dart frogs, and then I started kind of paying attention. The Margarabia stuff, which is this really nice vining plant with these really nice leaves that I'll have to send you a picture. It looks really nice. It climbs really well, like hugs. I mean, like really attaches to cork bark and stuff and climbs and looks really good. There's a lot of begonia I really like now. Like I never really cared about plants, but now our Publix up the street, like you walk in the front door and right on the right-hand side, they have a little section with plants, and they've almost always got some like really cool stuff, like stuff that I know people use for vivariums. And so I'm always like, anytime I'm in Publix or anytime I'm looking to get some plants or something for cages, I go to Publix and look around because they have a really neat little selection. It's usually a bunch of like the bromeliads you can get at Lowe's, the ones that are planted,
yeah, sure,
not like actually hanging air plants or anything like that.
Right.
They've got, some Wandering Jew and some other just kind of common stuff that for whatever reason my local Lowe's doesn't have. But
hey, man, Publix for shopping is a pleasure.
Hey, their subs are off the chain too. Chicken cordon bleu on that wheat bread.
Oh, dude, and here's the problem. So there's Publixes every 20 seconds around where I live.
Mhm.
Dude, when I go there, beautiful. When I do order online and pick up, every time I order chicken cordon bleu, they forget the sandwich. It's not in the bag, or it's completely something different, or it's missing half the sandwich. Don't even get me started. I'm not going to order that sandwich anymore. I'm done. I'm done with it. Cox says that he has Stockholm syndrome from working in greenhouses.
Publix.
Love it. Love it. Love it. What's funny is that we're talking about Publix. Jamie, Matt's wife, whom you met at Daytona, she is the deli manager of a Publix. Love it.
Why did you raise your concerns over the chicken cordon bleu?
Well, they live 96 miles north of me.
So, surely she knows somebody in high places.
Maybe. What's funny is one of my clients, I won't say which one, but one of my clients owns a major food and beverage company that supplies our favorite things in the world, meats-wise, at Publix. So I should call him. Be like, yo, fix that fucking cordon bleu.
I do. I mean, I did notice when I ordered that, because when I used to work in another county, when I was working at like the magazine and marketing place, there was a Publix like right down the street that I used to go to for lunch a lot. And I'd get that sandwich, and every time I'd order that chicken cordon bleu, the lady looked like she was ready to beat me.
I can imagine.
I don't know why it was so much more labor intensive than anything else on the menu, but I'm like, look, if it's a problem, just don't have it on the menu. Like,
you know what I think it is? I think it comes down to, like, for example, Starbucks. They have Frappuccinos. From what I gather from my friends that used to work at Starbucks, Frappuccinos are a pain in the dick to make. But
probably because you got all the ice and you got all the...
Right, exactly. The blenders, you got to clean the blender after every single one. I get that. They only have so many blenders. I get that. But I think if you order it like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, it's no big deal. But like the guy that shows up like 30 minutes before closing and like they know they're not going to touch that blender. And he's like,
right.
I'll have a venti frappuccino, please, with extra caramel to make it sticky and a mess. Then they're like, motherfucker. I think that's what it has to do. They're like chicken cordon bleu, this fucking bearded ass.
But I do it, I guess, at lunchtime, like noon, like the lunch rush.
Yeah.
So it's like now I got to stop everything. And it was almost always, I think it was because the chicken cordon bleu was like the boar's head stuff. Like it wasn't just regular Publix. Like they were like, now we don't like, they don't, I guess people also don't order it that often. And so half the time when I get it, they're like, we don't have any of this cut.
And it wouldn't shock me if 60% of the people doesn't know what it is. Then
they'd have to have someone go and cut it, bring it back. I'm still sitting there waiting like 15 minutes for a damn sandwich. And it got to a point where I just go get one of the pre-made subs that's wrapped up. Like, yeah. I'm not fighting that fight today.
Yeah.
Not today, Satan.
Yep. And by the way, Boar's Head for life. Thank you. Cox knows what's up. So's got me. How did we get on friggin'
I'm just trying to figure that out myself, too. I'm like, what the hell happened?
That was
ranting about AP cages.
A departure from hell.
We have Kroger's here, but they're on Hilton Head and Bluffton. They're not here in Beaufort. They're across the river. We were
talking about Stockholm syndrome with Cox. How did we go to Publix?
Jamie and
I remember now. You're talking about the plant section at your local Publix and how it's wonderful. And I said shopping at where Publix was shopping is a pleasure, and that's where it snowballed. Jeez, woo! That was a tough one, boys.
Have you heard anything from your like secondary employer about the dart frog thing?
No. Did you name drop me or no?
I didn't.
Okay. If you,
but I emailed them and said, "Here's the head count I got." I didn't count them all because there's almost always like 10 plus hiding in these little nooks and crannies. I was like, I'll count which ones I see hopping around. I saw a minimum of 10, so I told them I was like, "There's at least 10 in there. I know there's probably double that. I just can't find them all." And then I haven't heard back yet. But that was also like today's Sunday. That was like Friday afternoon. So he might have been like,
it's probably, yeah. And this Was it this past week was Global Show?
I don't know.
This past week was Global, and I know the guy who would be answering that email, he went to that show. So I don't know if he's even in the office. He may have just taken a couple days off to recoup.
It was one of the Ryans.
Yeah, it was Ryan B.
Let me see. It was. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm gonna probably go by there. What's today's Sunday? I'm probably gonna go by there tomorrow because I gotta check some of the tree vipers, and I'll say, hey man, my boy Justin sent you an email about some dart frogs. You know, what are you doing? And just see what goes from there.
I want some of those Pumilio, man. Like I keep seeing them, and I'm like, yeah, they're a wild caught, but like if I'm trading, something happens, like they end up not doing well. I have a million more Vitatis coming. I'm not out anything, you know, whatever. It's okay.
I saw them.
I will roll the dice on them.
I saw them, and there's some really, really good-looking ones in there, bigger than you'd expect.
Mm-hmm.
They're a smaller species to begin with anyway, right?
Yeah. They have them labeled as Dendrobates on the website, but they're actually Uophega now. So they're not Dendrobates anymore. They used to be, but they're not. They're now Uophega Pumilio.
Okay. Yeah, I took a look at them, and they looked really good because again, I was looking at the Galactics they still have, and I was like, oh, you got more Pumilios, and I was just looking at them, and they look good.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean, I was worried about some being like kind of beat up, and
you're always gonna have ones that show hips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're always gonna have that. You're always gonna have the skinny thigh ones that are probably like runty. You know.
Those they'll put on weight quick though.
Yeah.
I feed mine 3 times a week. Believe me, my little variabilis female, I'm about to put her ass on a diet because she's getting to turn into a little pudge.
All right, that's good. I figure what I'll do is tomorrow I'll talk to him, see what he says, and then as soon as you guys get a green light of some kind, I'll cherry pick them for you. And then what I'll do is I'll have my boy Pete, who works the frog room, I'll have him like set up like I may even bring one of my large jellies because I don't even know if they have large jellies anymore. I don't think they use them, but I'll bring a large deli and we'll just put some sphagnum in there and I'll put them aside, and then when they're ready to ship, they'll ship.
If they have any way of getting me like a trio, because I don't really want more than like 3. Like that species doesn't do terribly well in big groups and small tanks.
Yeah.
Like apparently males are vicious to each other. Females will like destroy each other's eggs. Like they're little freaking warriors, man. They're little savages.
How do you sex them?
If you know what you're looking at, it can be kind of tough. But the males are the ones that are usually calling. So if you hear them calling, like that's a male.
Oh, will they only call at night?
No, it's during the day.
Oh, okay. I don't know shit about frogs. Sorry. I was gonna say is, but if there's like a tall tale sign when I go to cherry pick, obviously I'll have my guy Pete help me, and because he's a frog junkie, and maybe he could even say, "Oh, I saw that one chirping" or whatever.
Because there was a video they posted on somewhere recently, or maybe you sent it to me, and it was a bunch of them just like hopping around. And
yeah, dude, the frog room's getting impressive. They've been dealing with. So there was these 2 guys that were living in Fort Lauderdale that were majorly breeding Dendrobates and a handful of Phylos, and then I don't know if they split up or they just said, you know what, we're sick of doing frogs, but they basically disappeared. And then there was another guy locally who was one of the leading dart frog breeders in the country under the table, and he had I think he told me it was like a 40-foot long room.
God, these are delicious.
They are delicious. It was like 40 by 20, like a massive like auto garage that he converted into just a dart room. And he was telling me stories about like in the early 90s when they used to fly down to Bolivia and Colombia.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And they used to, he said that he didn't claim that he discovered it, but they were like, hey, we found this new color morph of this. And he's like, yo, I think that's a new species. And he called the scientists, and they came, and they classified it as a new species, and blah, 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 blah. Actually, I think it was a variation of Pumilio. And out of, I think, Colombia, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And but the dude got cancer. And as far as I know, I don't know if he passed away or if he's just sick. I mean, I saw him like maybe 9 months ago in the retail store, and he didn't look too hot. But they've got somebody that they're getting captive bred, and then obviously they're still getting imports, you know.
Yeah, and like I said, like I've been kicking around the idea for a while now, but like if I'm trading these things, like I said, I've got a million Vitatis, so I can I have more coming. Like I have more tadpoles in the communal tub. They keep dropping tads like crazy. So I was like, if they're willing, because I saw that they were out of stock on the Vitatis, so I was like, I'll kick them a few. Maybe if they'll trade me, I'll trade them like 10 for 3 Pumilio. I don't care.
All right. Do you want me to try and get more or no?
I don't know. Like I said, I want to try and keep it to 3 and sort of play the odds on hopefully maybe having a pair.
All right. So then I'll do that. I'll make sure Pete cherry picks them, and then and we'll do that. And I'll go there. Just do me a favor. Text me tomorrow afternoon and remind me to go, because if I get out of work, I might forget. I mean, I shouldn't forget. I got to go check those stupid vipers, but it's crazy, man. Like mine that I took home ate like a champ right off the tweezers. Done. Half the ones I got in.
What, those perps?
The perps, yeah. Half the ones I got in don't even want to look at the food. They just want to either eat my face or run and hide. And then the other half, they just take it cool pat. And I'm pretty sure they're all captive bred, or at least very, very well farmed.
Mm-hmm. The space between the bottom.
Oh, Herr Wagner is late for the party. What's up, Sean? We missed
I'm texting Sean right now, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see if he can make me some stands for the Python pools. So I can stack them up a little bit.
Well, it's funny because part of the conversation we had this morning was risers and or casters to wheel stuff around.
I'm on carpet in that room, so.
Ooh, yeah. Dude, I guess I ashed on my leg from the wind, and like it's embedded in my leg hair. It's kind of awkward. TMI, sorry.
Ooh, this was one of the.
I have never, ever seen a Musarana at Underground, and I am not. Oh, there he is.
That was one of the freebies they were giving out last night. To these
excellent. And that's the one I told you that I'm dying to try, because the red one, the red wrapper, I think is incredibly overpriced, and I was not impressed in the least capacity. And I love Pappy's bourbon, hands down.
This one is basically like, have you had the Kentucky Fire Cured?
Yeah, whatever this one is. Imagine
a cigar with a hint of KFC. Like that's what this is. It's like slightly smoked. It's not overbearing like the KFC, but it is definitely there. But it's just not. It's not like liquid smoke.
Yeah. It's not
good. I should have grabbed another one. This was the last one. I snagged it when no one was looking.
Good. Smoke that shit.
But I smoked one last night. It was actually very good.
Excellent. But just to get back to what Cox was asking, I've never seen a Musarana at Underground. They get funky colubrids, man, all the time. And in fact, I don't want to like get people's hopes up, but I'm helping them pick out some unique Southeast Asian stuff for some possible upcoming shipments from some farmed animals. So I texted Billy the other day, and we were talking.
Oh God,
we were talking rat snakes the other day. So hopefully getting some more pitayas and some more Gonyostoma, small baby Gonyostoma, captive bred or like captive farmed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. Henry's excited because he's waiting for that shit to die and he feed it off.
Free food.
So I'm surprised that Cox wants Musarana. I didn't think that was his like thing. I've never kept them. I see that they're stupid popular. I never really kind of understood the hype with them. I never got it, man.
I was like
the whole like venomous thing, like didn't.
Yeah, it's like
it didn't get me. And then
sexy or hog nose.
Everyone has pieds, and it's like I got a pied Musarana. I'm like, that's great. What's the normal look like? Because I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But I would much rather have any Malagasy hognose species than Musarana. I really would.
You know what I keep seeing are those cat snakes. Those, the more I see those, man, the more I'm like, those actually look like a lot of fun. That looks like sort of like a boiga, like a wannabe boiga kind of thing.
It is totally wannabe boiga. And I like them because you can actually handle them, and like for lack of a better word, you can play with them, and they're not going to freak out like a Boyga is. And my good friend Tom is one of the local breeders of them. So when he has his next clutch, if you want, I will put the words in.
Glenn, is it Glenn Brooksy?
Okay.
Glenn Reptiles. I don't know if that's his actual last name or
Okay.
what. He keeps posting pictures of his, man. I'm like, dude, those things. Like, the more I look at them, the more my interest gets piqued. But that's the last thing I need is another freaking another species to toy with. But
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna pull up Tom's page. He just changed the name because I guess he wanted to reach out to more people because I think it was like his personal account, and then he like wiped everything and just kept it for breeders. But now he's doing the Malagasy cats. He's doing the Yunnan rats, and I think he's got some chondros too. Let me find him.
ooh, David Brahms got a pre-lay shed from one of his Maniquari females.
Nice.
Dude, he's freaking killing it this year, man. He's got like 2 or 3 females going.
So Tom's page is true_earth_exotics. I'm gonna send you
On Instagram?
on Instagram, yeah. So true_earth_exotics. I'm sending it to Palmetto Coast. And dude, like they're not crazy hypo, they're not crazy pattern.
Yeah,
They're,
like that's what I like about them though. It's like that pattern and that color sticks around into when they're adults. Like it doesn't fade.
yeah.
Like they're pretty no matter what time, like what's going on with them.
Yeah. Oh, here he's got a green one. I'm gonna send you a green one from 2018 that I'll send you right now. Again, anyone who wants to see what we're talking about, it's true_earth_exotics. That's my boy Tom.
Oh man.
Hey, what's up, man?
That thing's sexy.
I can feel that
I feel
look.
like I'm missing something.
Hey, cat snakes are
sitting
gorgeous.
here looking at girls.
I do not think that at all. I know you two.
She
too
knows
well.
better. She knows better.
It looks like an irregularis.
You'd rather be
It does.
looking at weird snakes than looking at boobies.
One thing that I will say, I do not like them mixed. I don't like the boobies with the snake. Nah,
Why?
one or the other. One or the other. I don't clash.
That's good.
A chocolate, vanilla. Don't be mixing the half and half, the side by side steak and shake nonsense. No. Chocolate, vanilla. I am a strawberry man.
Gross.
Women wise, not milkshakes.
Oh, he doesn't like fruit or vegetables, so you lost him on the strawberry.
Oh, I love fruits. I hate vegetables. But I was referring to strawberry women. But that's a whole other thing.
I got you. All right.
I don't really understand the reference. What's
Gingers.
Strawberry. Oh, what? Are you kidding me?
My kryptonite. Gingers are my kryptonite. There,
Brandy said hi too.
live on the interweb.
Brandy and Mike, who came?
Oh, hey.
Mike said, Brandy said, hey.
Hey, Brandy. They've been to our house, Phil.
Whoa!
I tried to get him to come to the Drew State event yesterday. He wouldn't drive up all day.
Soon, Katie, soon. If I get invited to the wedding, just saying.
Dude, I want you in the wedding.
Well, you need to invite me.
We don't know if we're even going to do like the whole bridesmaid, groomsman thing.
Well, let's put it this way. If you are going to invite me to said wedding, you need to do it as soon as possible so I can put the time in for work.
Well, then put in the time for it.
Well, I don't even remember what the date is.
October 17th.
17th. All right, I'm going to write it down right now, and I will
Just block out that whole like week or 2 weeks.
All right, hold on. October 17th. Yeah, because if it's after Halloween, I can't take off because
It's not. It's before.
All right. So October 17th. Yes.
Correct. Yes.
That is a Saturday.
Correct.
Okay. Justin and Katie hitched.
Dun dun dun.
She's Katie IE, right? Like it
Yes.
matters.
Yes.
Okay.
Let
It's
Phil
not-
officiate
Is that-
it. Cox said, "Let you officiate it."
I'm about to be a notary in Florida. I don't know if I could do it in the Carolinas though. I would do it. We could do it in funny accents. Dearly, dearly beloved.
We can make you wear a monocle and shit.
Oh, I totally would. Dearly beloved.
I feel like you could actually make a monocle and top hat work.
I have a bowler.
Especially if you bring back the stash.
Let me show you
like in the videos.
My friend Marcus had a Halloween party a few years back, and it was like roaring like 1900s into the 20s kind of theme.
Yeah, like Great Gatsby kind of thing.
Yeah, like Great Gatsby kind of thing. And Sydney, the one you've met on Facebook, her and I went in garb, and I think I have a picture of that somewhere. But I pulled off a bowler hat quite well. There was actually a murder mystery game thing that they did, and they made me be the sheriff so that I could like be the judge, which kind of sucked because I kind of had to be like sober for it. But we cleaned up pretty well. Let's see if I can get that going on there.
Boy, what a pimp.
I did enjoy that vest.
Please tell me you had like a revolver on you.
It was legitimate. 1877 Smith & Wesson Schofield.
Yeah.
Come here. Hello. How's it going, man? I was just accosted by my neighbor's dog. Yeah, actually, here's the gun.
Boy. Oh yeah, dude, perfect.
All right, so was I just invited to your wedding?
Yeah, dude.
That's what that was.
I told Katie, I was like, because she's like, who's gonna be your best man? I was like, it's gonna be either my dad, Jake, or Phil. I'll probably just go ahead and do all three.
Do your dad. That's honorable.
I don't even know if we're, like I said, we haven't really decided if we're gonna do the whole like bridesmaid and groomsman things, but
yeah.
Whatevs.
What is Cox saying? I'm Owen Wilson or Will Ferrell?
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah. It's my first Asian. I'm a Coxman. Hopefully people are getting the reference. And Cobney, I'm not a baller. I just play one on TV.
You are a baller.
I'm not a baller. Not a baller. I gave up high-speed Lapids. Therefore, I am no longer a baller. I was talking to my boy Elliot in Queensland because him and his friend Joe just got a massive coastal taipan out of behind Jamestown University, or not Jamestown, James Cook University, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was showing me pictures and stuff, and them boys is crazy with that camera, getting way too close for me. But he asked me, he's like, hey, you've had taipans before, and I was like, yeah, I'll be honest, I think taipans might be my favorite snake. I mean, I hate to say it and like be like cliche, ooh, the fierce snake, but I really do think that the Oxyuranus genus might be my favorite species, and I'm confident to say that I don't have them, not because of like the danger factor or like the high speedness of it, but because I don't want to lose that allure. Like I want them to always be like
seeing them on screens, like on TV, and watching Steve Irwin play with them and stuff, and then seeing the ones at P and Cody's.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, now I get it.
Yeah.
I It's like these things, like the especially the inland that they had. It's like Jesus, that thing's freaking gorgeous, man.
They're gorgeous, and dude, seasonally dimorphic, like incredibly intelligent, and I never had coastals. I had friends that had inlands, and I played with them, and then I've had Popwins, and Popwins are just volatile sons of bitches. God bless them. They're obviously the prettiest too.
They are though. The ones, yeah, that popper.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Back. Oh my god.
But I think that's my real logic. Is it's not that I'm older and I don't want to deal with the high speed or the danger factor. I honestly think it's because they're so special to me that I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that specialness.
Right. You don't want to lose the appreciation.
You know, and like obviously I love my animals and I appreciate my animals. I really do. But like there's always been species where I got it and I was like, oh my God, I finally got this. Oh, this is so awesome. And then like time goes on, I'm like, yeah, he's cool. You know, I still love him. I'm not gonna get rid of him, but it's not the same.
It's the fantasy versus reality sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Like everyone thinks chondros are gonna be awesome, and then they get one, and they're like, all they do is sit there and they do the dumbest thing they can to get themselves killed. Why do people like these?
Dude, I've always had. I mean, I've never actually kept them myself. I've never kept chondros myself. But obviously, working in the pet trade and importers and all that shit, I've played with so many chondros over the years that I love them. I think they're great. But I would go into it knowing that they're boring as hell. They're beautiful, but they're boring as hell. You know what I mean?
They are not exciting snakes.
They're not exciting snakes, but they're still gorgeous. And like you always say, there's never an ugly one. Find me an ugly one.
They're eye candy, man.
They're eye candy. They are. Yeah.
It's just like they're a lot like the vintage vehicles you see at car shows. Like the person never freaking drives it, but man, it's sitting there with the pristine engine and everything inside, shining in the sunlight. It's like, all right, they're pretty, they're nice. Probably has like 9 miles to the gallon, so it's not much fun to drive. But damn, it doesn't look good.
Looks great. Oh yeah. Girls want to hold it and play with it and touch it and car. And see, Henry wants me to get inlands. Henry wants inlands, and I'm on the fence about it because I kind of want to just let Henry buy them and then I'll just play with Henry's.
Right, when you get the itch.
Right.
Just go spend some time with his.
Or he has his first clutch. I'll be like, all right, I'm buying this pair and you get to keep them. You take care of them. Did I show you the pictures from Elliot in that coastal or no?
I don't think so.
I got to show you. They're phenomenal pictures. He actually he sent me one through Facebook because that's majority how we talk, just because of the internationalist of it. But the picture came out kind of meh just because it's on Facebook. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can double screen it. Hold on, because that might come out a little prettier. Facebook Messenger. Elliot. Why is this not opening? Uh-oh. I think I broke Facebook. What the hell? Ruh-roh. Actually, I'm going to say this right now. Talking about you live on the YouTubes.
You see that awesome picture that Chris posted of the THP shirt with the pit?
Oh, yeah, that came out great. Dude, that
was freaking awesome.
So here's the photo. I can't get it up on double screen, but that's the photo of the coastal. I don't know if it's coming out all right.
Oh, yeah.
And then look at this crazy SOB. I don't know how he does this.
You're freaking Australian, man. They do all kinds of crazy shit.
They're crazy. He's a crazy man. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because it kind of blends in, but that's how he took the photo.
No, thank you.
No bueno, man. No bueno. That's my man, dude. Elliot's the best, man. He's my brother from
They're used to that, though. Like crazy assy lapids.
Yeah.
They're doing all kinds of goofy shit. They don't
Yeah.
have to, the only like viperish thing they have to worry about are freaking death adders.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And I was talking to Edry about how there's so many species of Pseudechis and Pseudonagia that are so similar in appearance that it literally you have to really, really know what you're looking at, you know. And it's like it's like when I had my King Brown, I had it on display at Underground's retail store, and the owner of Underground comes over to see it, and he's like, that's it. I was like, yeah, that's it. It's just a tan snake. He's like, dude, could you imagine if that was in your backyard? It looks just like an ugly yellow rat snake. And I was like, yeah. I mean, you just think it's us being North American, you'd assume it'd be some kind of rat snake, you know?
Sweet, a corn snake in Australia?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. How did this aberrant yellow rat snake get here? Oh, you know? What's funny is
I think that's why coral snakes are probably one of my favorite native snakes, just because they're so much different from everything else we got, you know.
Yeah, they
There's
are.
something about corals. I'm fascinated with coral snakes.
They're awesome. Somebody on the Venomous Mentor page on Facebook put up, I guess they have a really diesel eastern coral. I don't know what they were feeding it, but they got video of it actually eating in the terrarium. And dude, I don't recall ever seeing a coral eat. I put food in there, I leave, the next morning it's gone. You know?
Yeah, it's gone.
But
Yeah.
dude, watching it
We had one at the nature center, and it was the same way. You drop in like a dead green snake or something.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there was a few times I saw it eat because I never really saw it out. Like it would actually, I kind of take that back. It was surprisingly active. Like I'd see it cruising, you know, kind of earlier in the day when I'd first get there, and then I guess it would see me walking around the room and it would kind of disappear.
Right.
But then we throw in like we had a handful of frozen snakes in the freezer just for that, you know, that coral. And
right.
if you threw one in there, it would actually come out and eat it, and I'd watch it. It's pretty interesting.
Nice. I mean, I've had plenty of snakes that eat other snakes over the years, but I don't think I've ever seen an eastern coral actually eat something. I've seen like babies bite a ringneck, and then you know how the ringnecks, like when you touch them, they freak out.
Yeah.
I've seen it like it bit a ringneck. The ringneck freaked out, and then the coral was like, "Whoa!" And then I
Never
leave
mind.
it. Yeah. It's like I'll let that die first, you know. But I need to get topped off. I'll be right back.
All right.
Entertain our masses.
Okay. Hi. I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. Oh, okay. Thanks, Cox. What a guy. So this week we are going to be doing our one-on-one for THP. It's our 2-year anniversary as of like the 14th, which is kind of crazy because it feels like we've been doing it forever, but it also feels like it kind of just started yesterday. And then the magazine is actually going to be better now because I'm using InDesign for designing it. So when you get printed copies, it won't be cutting off words anymore, hopefully. Pretty pumped about it.
Oh, Brennan's in. What's up? Elliot says, "Ooh, heart, heart, heart." So what did I miss? What are we talking about?
Nothing.
magazine stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying how I switched the design program. Like we're using like a professional level Adobe now. So.
Enlighten me as to that. So you showed me that one screenshot. Looked awesome. Is there a seam or no? Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. So instead, like when we were using Canva before, you could literally just do one page at a time. So each page, like I couldn't do spreads, so I couldn't do like a giant picture that covered both pages.
You couldn't do it.
Right. With InDesign, it's set up now to where you're seeing 2 pages. There is a line down the middle. That's where it is. And then you have like, you can toggle these boxes where your margins are and stuff.
Right.
Actually, let me see. I will give everyone a taste.
Yeah, let's do it, man. My concern with that was, obviously I'm excited because that means we can have centerfolds. And I think that every issue should have at least one centerfold.
So it's much more complicated than Canva, but
it looks crazy.
See, I can do both of these. Like this is we did an article on this. Aaron Ferguson sent us an article on nighttime herping in Bangkok, which I thought was pretty cool. So I can take this whole picture of this tokay, stretch it out across both pages, and then work with that. And then I can toggle where my margins are, which is like this pink line going around the box. So if I keep all my text and all the important parts of pictures in there, I don't have to worry about it getting cut off a print.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, you can see the picture's clearly way larger than the space. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So this thing's freaking awesome. I was really worried because this is actually what I tried to use initially for the magazine like 2 years ago, and I was going to do it by myself.
Right.
I tried to tell myself I could learn it in a month while I was doing the first issue. Obviously, that's not the case.
Yeah.
So now that I've actually played around with it, I'm like cruising on it, dude. Like I got this shit figured out, at least like the very basics. Anything extra I need to know, like it's on YouTube. So I love it. It kind of sucks because now Billy's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, I don't know. We needed it, dude. We needed more. I needed the ability to, like, I can actually wrap text around pictures and stuff now too, which you can't do on Canva, which kind of sucks. And
that's cool.
It's got so much more going on. And
awesome. My only concern, and not to sound like half empty kind of a guy, but my only concern is though when you do those, you'd have to space out the margins appropriately so that if someone purchases the magazine as a hard copy, an actual paper magazine, is the seam going to be the same with like the glue and everything, or are words going to get accidentally cut off?
No, because I talked to the people at Picho that do the printing and said, what should my margins be? And they're in the Netherlands, so they're like 1 centimeter. You can choose, like you can set any of the measurements in there to centimeters or inches. So cool. I just put in, like I just went on Google and did what's the inch equivalent to 1 centimeter, and then I put that in as the margins, and it sets it automatically. So
excellent.
Should be good to go. Like it shouldn't be an issue anymore. Like I said, we can make the designs look so much more better, and I think it'll be good. So
yeah, man, that Bangla article looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, he did a really good job with it. And actually, he messaged me. He's like, I tried to get, like, I talked to Reptiles about them putting this in their magazine, and they kind of just blew me off. And I was like, dude, next issue, like, cover shot, all that, because he sent me some really nice pictures. I don't want to ruin the cover. I'm super weird about sharing the cover early.
Oh, of course. You don't want to.
Like the cover's like my baby,
And like what you showed, that gives you a good taste, but it's not. You can't read anything. You know what I mean? And it's not disclosing any surprises, I mean, I know it's early in the month, but I am eager to see what's in this issue. I'm like,
well, I've been working on it because I've been trying to learn InDesign the last like week, really working on figuring it out. I actually found a website called Skillshare, and they have a hour and 45-minute long tutorial broken down into like 12 different parts about making a magazine on InDesign. So I've been like learning everything from that. I can number the pages now, like all at once. I don't have to do it individually like on Canva before. I would have to put a page number duplicate that, drag it down to the next page, drag it down to the next page, it took that was the part each issue that I always dreaded, was just the freaking page number. It's just so tedious.
Yeah.
And then making sure they're kind of all in the same spot so it looks uniform, and making sure they're not so too close to the edge to where they're getting cut off. And it just, this, like, you set up your master pages. And that's another small thing. Let me share it again. Like, down here,
Right.
I can set this bar, and then I have, like, on each issue it has Herpetoculture Magazine, the page number.
Excellent.
And then it has herpetoculturemagazine.com on the other side. You know, just stuff to make it a little better, but it's also nice because, like, on the cover I can take away that and I could just have the page numbers. So
Awesome.
It looks a lot better, you know.
An idea I had, I noticed. Oh, look at that! What is
Right?
that?
Owlblabrith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Owlblabrith.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at the red on that.
Yeah, that's a really good looking one.
Yeah.
They had another picture I really liked that I wanted to use, but I don't have anywhere else to put it.
All right.
But he sent me all these awesome, really high quality shots and stuff. So
Awesome. I was going to say one thing that I noticed when everyone is posting their videos or their pictures of their hard copies that they got of the magazine, it appears that either the second to last page or the last page of the book that they got is white or blank.
yes, and that is because
It's odd number.
yes, printers don't like odd numbers of pages. So I'm going to fix that by either add, like, if I have to add, like, David has he has a full page ad in there because David hooks me up with a lot of stuff. So
Of course.
I do a full page as, like, filler if I need to, and then I'll either do, like, a Palmetto Coast one or one for Billy. So I don't know. Like, if I have to add an extra page, then I'll just write up something small or just throw in one of those full page things, whatever, you know. So that's just because there's an odd number.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it obviously doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal. But because you and I, and I'm sure Billy, were so, I don't want to say perfectionists, but that caught my eye. And I was like, ooh, we should put something there, whatever it may be. Even
it told me, it told me when I uploaded it, they're like, hey, the back page is going to be blank, but it's like, I already had a PCE one, a Billy one, and then a David one. So I was like, whatever, it's just going to have to do.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's more than appropriate. More than appropriate.
Speaking of Canva, I need to go and cancel my premium because I'm not using that now, and it's expensive.
Fucking Roma bands, man.
Yep.
But it did come off pretty all right, though. Almost done with this thing. This thing went real quick. That's why I kind of slowed down on it. I mean, this thing went real quick tonight. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. You know what? This thing's... Get another one. Get a different smoke.
And then Brennan had a question about chondros. What am I currently using for my juvie setups? Juvenile chondros. So I have a rack from Sean now that uses 20 quart Sterilite gasket boxes. I don't have one in here, but basically for, like, my in-betweener chondros, which are ones that are going to be between 1 and 2 to 3 years old, depending on how big they are. They're going to be in that with back heat. I have 2, though, that aren't in the rack. Nothing's in the rack yet because I'm waiting on the purchase to show up. But the ones that are separate from the ones that are in my 6 quart rack right now, they're in like a 20 to 21 quart tub with a single perch going across the top with the Dragonfly perches from David. And they have the smallest size ultratherm heat pad, which I think is like a 6x4, maybe 4x6. That's just like tinfoil taped to the back. Not my favorite. It works, like, it does fine. Like, they've been in that for a while now and they haven't been having any issues. But ideally, I'll have them all in a rack system of some sort of the same size. And that's just because with the back heat and stuff, I just have a little more stability as far as temps go. But on my YouTube channel here, there's a video I did recently on my juvie setups for my green trees. Baby Liga.
No, this is a petite.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I cut that too deep.
Good job. Is this amateur hour?
It's not like we do this often or anything.
What are you, sleepwalking?
Mom, the meatloaf. What's she doing up there?
This next issue is going to be good, though. We got a cool article on red coastal carpets. That Bangkok article on red-eyed cock skinks.
Mm-hmm.
Red-eyed croc skinks.
Nice.
Maternal incubation. There's really cool article on spilotes. This guy over in Europe, I don't know exactly where he is. He did this huge, just freaking massive spilotes vivarium.
All right.
Let me screenshot this shit too, or not screenshot it, but screen share it because this thing's freaking impressive.
Mm.
Do.
It doesn't matter what Liga I smoke, man. They're just amazing. Mm.
Look at this thing, dude.
Whoa.
He's got like a pair of spilotes in that.
Wow.
How freaking baller is that, dude?
Very impressive.
But he's got he keeps Tinctorius in it too with him.
That's cool. Look at that. Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
But he like breaks down literally how he did the entire thing, like the sizes and stuff, and it's just that's freaking incredible, man. Like I'll bet you those things are freaking thriving.
Very cool.
I hate to say it, man, but the European guys do it right, you know.
They do. They do. That they do.
What up?
What up? One-on-one. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, someone commented on my Chondro picture. I am really grateful and thankful for what Dr. Ben 2 has done for me and my family. I was having herpes virus for about 4 years with no solution. The disease almost took my life, and because I was unable to work and I was also losing lots of money for medication, oh God. How do people do this?
What are you reading?
It was some spam comment posted on Instagram.
Trying to sell you Valtrex? What?
Something. Some doctor somewhere.
Good Lord. Speaking of chondros, I think I got the gist of it, of your recent debacle with your female. Have we talked about that before or no?
Which debacle?
The fact that it's not female?
Oh, yeah. No, that just happened the other day. I was like, yeah, like for the last year of like, yeah, it's female, you know, it's shed. Because like around the 2-year mark, if it's a male, you'll start seeing plugs. And the last like 4 or 5 sheds is like no plugs. Cool. It's a female. It's a young female. Just shed the other day. Nice set of plugs. It's like
He's a late bloomer.
whatever. It doesn't bother me. Like everyone's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, why? I don't care.
Yeah, you just got to buy more girls.
And it's like, it's a male. Big whoop.
Yeah. Still pretty. Still friendly.
That one's not friendly at all.
No, it's not. Oh.
Yeah, fuck that thing, dude. It's horrible.
All right.
That's the same one that I was talking about. I had to move into the smaller tub because when it was in the 200 quart, it got weird.
Yeah.
I downgraded it, and then now it's like I fed it tonight, and it nailed a mouse. So I was like, whatever, cool. Some of them are weird though. I find like chondros, some of them can be bizarre. Like when you go to feed them, initially, like they won't grab it. Like most chondros, it's like you put a mouse in there and it's like they're freaking fiends for it. You have a few though that I have to like circle back to. Like I'll go and tap them with the mouse and stuff, like wake them up.
Yeah.
And then it's like they don't know what's going on, so they just start like striking blindly at whatever's hot.
Yeah.
But if I close up the cage or tub or whatever and come back to it like 5 minutes later after it's had some time to kind of like figure out what's up, grabs it no problem. So some of them are just bizarre, dude. Some of them are weird.
Side note, my boy Elliot, my brother from down under, he just texted me saying, the first photo I sent of the taipan in portrait mode is just a cell phone picture. That's why it's shit resolution. So there we go. All right. Duly noted. Can't wait
Here's our
the
answer.
real one.
Do, 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 do. I do need more chondros, though. I really don't.
How many you got now in total, including the ones you produced? The yellow.
It's like 11. It's like the same amount of Bairds.
Good. It's a good number. And only 2 are adults. The rest are all your holdbacks from 2019 or no?
Well, I've got the 2 adults. I've got the now 2 subadult males they need another year before they may even be interested in breeding. I tried the younger male and he was like, "Oh, get me out." And then I have like all the juvie stuff that's like 2 years and younger.
Okay.
And that's the 2 from Luke Myers, the 1 from David, the 2 that I produced. One of them, some girl up in Charleston was supposed to buy one of them, and I haven't heard from her. She was in Honduras or something for a while. I don't know if she's back or not because she's like a marine biologist, and so she's in Honduras at like a research station fairly regularly, it sounds like. But she wanted her first chondro, and I wasn't planning on selling one of the holdbacks, but I was like, I could probably use the money. And I mean, if she ends up not wanting, I'll probably just hold on to it. Yeah. And then I have the 1 from David Hochstadt, cool. Which is rocking and rolling. And then I have the 1 from Brian Fisher that was produced by Tim Crowther. That's like a Maniquari type deal. And I think that's all of them.
Cool.
I think.
You got a good set, man. You got a damn good set. And then what are they in now? Obviously, you're going to put them in Sean's rack. What are they in now that you're going to transition?
The ones that are in that rack now, they're in 6-quart tubs.
Oh, okay.
Which a handful of them I could realistically leave in there for another couple months. I don't really want to. Like the 1 from David is growing so freaking quick. That thing's huge, dude. For its age, that thing is massive.
Nice.
That one needs the upgrade for sure.
And do you know what the parents were on that one from David?
Yeah, that was from Mako to Mr. Jones, which I will actually screenshot again or screen share again. Let me open my drive. Because the lineage is actually pretty cool.
Oh, David has all the lineage up on there?
I compiled it all. Like
awesome.
He sent it to me, and I went through and got all the stuff together that I could.
Awesome. We need to get him on here.
David, yeah.
Yeah, we need to get him on here, man. Absolutely. I messaged him a while back about doing like a duo thing, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm game." And then we never forgot,
So this is the pair that baby came from.
Oh wow, dude, that looks like Bakuriakis, man, doesn't it?
Yeah, I didn't really look at it that way, but it does. So he came the Mr. Jones. No. Son of a bitch. Oh, there we go. Signal and Gary Schiavino stuff. Maniquari male to whatever that female was. And then on the dam side, it goes all the way back to a Vinsky blue male to Ophiological Services high yellow female, which produced the Grand Dam. And then you have another signal male, which I think they made an error because they have both these labeled as female, but this one's definitely a male. And that one, they produce Mako. So it's really cool because like this is literally like chondro, like Rico stuff, which is
family tree, man.
tough to find.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's rare.
And then the one from Hogstad, I'm really excited about too because the pairing for that one was really neat. It was like a Jaya female to a Manaquari Cyclops male.
Wait, so those are yours or those are Hogstad's?
Those are Hogstad's. That's the parents.
Okay. That's the parents.
This
Okay.
is mine. This is the one I just posted the picture of a few minutes ago. That's starting to kind of darken up a little bit. Like the change is starting.
Nice. It's a good
little
looking
bit of green coming in now. Yeah. And then,
Go back to that second to last picture real quick.
which one?
The first yellow Hogstad.
This one?
Yeah, that one. Click that one again. Yeah, man. That thing's awesome, dude.
Thing's doing great. And that one's actually like semi-handleable. Like that one doesn't try and freaking eat me.
Yeah.
And then the one from Tim Crowther.
Wow, so much more pattern.
Yeah, and this one he didn't tell me. Like I talked to Tim about it. This one actually has like a possible second sire to it. He didn't tell me that, but after digging on his Facebook page, I saw that he had paired, like that female had been paired with another male, but he didn't see any action out of it. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right. But were those males siblings or no?
No. They were completely unrelated. But here's like the possible second sire. So that's the possible dad. One of the possible fathers. We need to get
Equally great.
Maury on here. Be like, you were not the father.
What I was going to ask is, to the best of my knowledge, snakes aren't like dogs where you could have multiple eggs fertilized by different dads in the same litter.
Right.
So in chondros, it's strictly one dad, one clutch, right?
I don't know. I've heard of people having like dual sires before. I have them both on here just in case, like,
Right.
in case whenever I get babies from this one in the next like decade or whatever, I can be like, he told me this is what the sire was, but then I saw a post saying that there was a possible other sire to it. So here's, basically having it all mapped out.
Equally gorgeous, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can't really go wrong. Can't go wrong with either.
Velvety goodness. Dude, that's another thing I like about chondros. They're a snake that looks the way it feels.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like how many times I've seen, like, for example, one of my biggest gripes is, and honestly, I can say that I'm a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm a snob with certain like boas and stuff. So like I love Chinese red tails. I love them. But dude, some of the times, like the babies, they look the way they feel. The adults, they get like that wrinkle to them or like that scratchiness to them. The appearance doesn't appeal to me. I don't know if that's too snobbish or what, but like chondros, like they look the way they feel. Like I don't know. I'm talking out of my butt.
You know what's neat too about this one from Luke is it has this crazy like yellow, blue, and black tail like the sire does.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it sticks around like his did.
Yeah, that's great looking, man. I like the yellow on the nose still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sort of mask.
Real good.
Let's see. I don't even know what. Oh, this is one of the babies I got from Luke. Like one of the first ones I got from Luke that drowned in the water bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, I was so upset, man. This one was like rock solid too. This one was doing great.
Well, how did it drown in the water bowl?
I don't know. I came home and it was dead in the water.
Oh, okay.
And the only explanation was that it drowned. I was using like really cold water at the time, like refrigerated cold, because people were like, "Yeah, give them really cold water. They appreciate it." And I'm like, "They don't get refrigerated water in the wild. Like, what the fuck am I doing?" That was after this one died. I was like, I'm done. I'm done doing that. They get normal, like cold water out of the faucet. And I think it got the water, it got cold, it shut down and died. Is the only explanation I have for it. Dumb. Brennan, you can find Aru's if you talk to Harlan, if you know Harlan Wall, or Ryan Burke at Clockwork seems to get Aru's in fairly regularly. They're all awesome, though, man. I'm happy with the number I have.
It's good, man.
Like, I don't really need to bring any more in. Like, in the next few years, I'll be rocking and rolling. I'll have more stuff to pair. So. But it might be time to wrap it up, dude, because I'm being summoned.
Are you? I'm getting all my texts at once. I guess I've been ignoring them, and people are like, "Where are you?" So, well, it was another successful episode. 13, is it right?
This is 13.
13 of Snakes and Stogies. Tonight was a lovely cornucopia of tobacco, Publix
Subs,
and rack caging debacles and Conjure Python lineage. I'm content.
All good things.
All good things. So thank you to all who are still watching. We know you have no lives, just like us.
Yep.
And yeah, thanks again. Good night, Moon.
See you later.
Bye.